Hello, everyone. Give us a wave. You're all muted, unfortunately. Hello. It's very cold today. I'm gonna have to work hard to get warm. Hope everyone's well and raring to go. Just a few more minutes. Lots of people signing in at the moment. Has your dog come to do Pilates with you, Wendy? You like to get involved, cats and dogs. Okay, so we're going to start off laying down. So I've got frog in my throat already. So you can do that now if you want to, just to sort of relax your spine before we get going. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes and just see if there's any questions before we start. So welcome to any new people. I think I recognise a lot of the names on our Zoom. But if we do have anyone new to Pilates completely, then just take it a little bit easy on your first session. Just do what feels right, really. Do what you can. Don't worry if you don't do it all. Not everyone does it all anyway, even if you've been doing it for years. So, you know, it's entirely up to you. It's your class. Take what you need from the class. Don't push yourself so much that you injure yourself, although it's highly unlikely with Pilates. As long as you listen to your body and just connect to your body and think about movement. It's quite slow. Pilates generally, so slow and precise. So you're less likely to get injured than you are in a crazy aerobics class. It's a very different type of exercise. So we've got one more minute. Just see if I've got any. So we've got 65 people registered, but only 31 people were signed in so far. 32, it's going up rapidly. Okay, so we're going to get started, and then if anyone comes in a little bit later, they can join in. So we're going to start off laying down. I'm so glad. Had a long day already. A little rest. So just bring yourself down to your mat, your carpet, rug, whatever you happen to be doing Pilates on. You don't have to have a mat, it's not essential. You just need a little bit of a soft surface to lay on. So you could do this on a carpet if you so desire. And we're just going to start off by trying to soften the back of the body completely. So you can, if you want to, just stretch your legs out, but we're going to bring them back in a minute, so it's up to you. Whatever's more comfortable for you, whatever helps your spine relax, and just let your ribs soften down and just slow your breathing down a little bit. So let's just take a couple of inhales and exhales just to calm the body down. You can close your eyes if you want to for this part. We're not doing anything too difficult or challenging that you need to look at the screen for, so just rest your eyes for a brief minute. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale, big inhale. And exhale. So notice as you inhale, your ribs expand and your abdominals pop up a little bit. And then as you exhale, everything draws together to the center line of the body. Now on the exhale, most of the time we're contracting our muscles. So just think a little bit about that. We're going to do one more inhale and exhale just to think about one more thing. So we're going to take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, just really slowly and gently, no forcing, I want you to try and lift your belly in and up. So that's just going to activate our deep stabilizing muscles. You want a contraction that's fairly soft so that when you start moving your body around, you can still breathe and still get oxygen to the muscles. So you want a light contraction, about 30% of that lifting of the belly in and up. And then we're going to make a start. So try and hold that if you can. all the way through class. If you forget sometimes and it gets a bit tiring, then you can just re-engage again. Okay, so we're going to just warm up the shoulders and the arms a little bit. We're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling, just above the shoulders, so your fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling. Now let the outside of your shoulders drop down into the mat first of all, so your hands might go wider. And then as you inhale, I want you to reach up as if you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Your outside of your shoulders are going to lift off of the mat. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And then as you exhale, just drop the shoulders down. It should feel quite nice, unless we've got really tight shoulders. Let's go again 3 more times. Inhale, reach up. So head and neck stays down. This is just the arms lifting. And exhale, soften those shoulders. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. I find this one so relaxing. And then 1 more, especially if you've been sitting at a desk, doing Zoom meetings and stuff like that. Reaching, reaching, reaching on the inhale. And then as you exhale, just soften and relax. Okay, now we're going to take the arms out to the side. So they're in line with the shoulders on an inhale. And then as you exhale, just bring them back to where you started. It's a nice simple one. Again, a nice stretch on the front of the chest. As you inhale, the arms come out. You can bring the hands all the way to the floor and then exhale and bring them back in. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch. Really stretch your fingers away from each other on this one. You get a nice stretch into the wrists and then exhale back up. 1 more time. Inhale, reach. Reach, reach, reach. As far as you can. Stretch your arms as long as you can. And then exhale back up. Now we're going to take 1 arm forward, 1 arm back behind us on an inhale. So stretch in opposite directions. And then exhale, change. Inhale when you're back there. Exhale, change. So it's a pretty slow movement because you've got to work with your breath. You're only going to change positions on the exhale, lifting that belly in and up as you go. 4 more. Really exhale strongly. I can't hear you all doing this, but I believe you. Okay, 2 more. Exhale. And 1 more. Try and get your hands all the way down to the floor if you can. Really stretch back. And then just bring the other hand back to the outside of the hip. So we've warmed up the shoulders quite a bit now. Now we're going to do the same thing for our hips and our lower belly. So we're going to take our right leg and stretch it out along the floor. So it's really long and it's just slightly lifted off of the floor, about 1 inch off of the floor. Now we're going to exhale and lift it up so that the knees are level. And then bring it down. So almost to the floor and then back up again. Okay, keep it going. Exhale, lift. Try and keep your hips really level. You can put your hands onto your hips if you want to. Exhale, lift. 3 to go. My leg's shaking a little bit already. And then back. 1 more time. And then let's bring that foot back to the floor. Let's try the other leg. So stretch it out long along the floor first, slightly off the floor if you can. Don't let it relax all the way down. Stretch super long. Try and point the toes and then lift up. We're doing 6. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. 4 more. 3 to go. 2 and 1. Good. Now bring those legs back down to the floor. Just give the legs a little shake. You might have felt it a little bit in your hip flexors and the bigger muscles in your thighs. So now we're going to do our toe taps. We're going to bring our front leg up to tabletop, knee straight above the hip, not into the chest. And then float the opposite leg up to join it. Hands just resting by your hips, pushing down a little bit into the floor and keeping the arms active. And then we're going to tap down, either all the way or halfway, just 1 foot, and then back up. Keep this 90-degree angle behind the knees. Don't just bend the lower leg like this, just dropping the toe down. Take the whole leg down as a unit. That's going to work deep into the lower abdominals. So if it's too much and it feels like your back is arching because you're going too far away from your body, just go halfway and then back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this is quite a basic move, but pretty effective in getting those low abdominals switched on and warmed up. Let's do another 8. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish off with your knees still above your chest and then just pull them in. Have a little stretch into the lower back. You can rock a little bit from side to side if it feels good. And sometimes gives a little release there. Okay, so we're going back to tabletop. We're going to keep the legs where they are. If it's really challenging for you, you can bring the feet down to the floor, but we're ideally going to keep them here while we bring in a little bit of a chest lift and a head lift. So we're going to take our arms back behind us. Taking a nice big inhale. And then we're going to exhale, just lift our head and our shoulders off of the floor and reach as if we're coming into hundreds, but we're not quite there yet. So we're going to inhale back, curl the spine down, exhale, come back up again. Inhale, reach back slowly lower. Exhale, peel the shoulders off of the mat. Oh, you can hear my voice is shaking doing this. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale. And you guessed it, we're staying up on that last one. Okay, so you can either pump the arms like this, or you can just hold and breathe. When you need to take a rest, lower down and then come back into it. Otherwise, you're staying here with me. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep reaching those fingers super long. Lift that belly in and up. Try and stabilize the torso as much as you can. Now, the good news is we're not going to quite do 100 because we did start off doing a move that kind of pre-fatigues out abdominals a little bit. So that's the good news. Bad news is we've still got about 50 more to go. So just keep it going. In 2, 3, 4, 5 and out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5 and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you can also place your head down. If it's too much, still keep the arms going, still keep the legs lifted. So many options. Keep it going. In 2, 3, 4, 5 and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 2 more sets. In 2, 3, 4, 5 and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. Reach a little bit higher. See if you can lift a millimeter a little bit higher and then hug the knees in. And we're done for that warm up. So your back of your body should feel a little bit more awake. Your abdominals definitely. Right, stretch those legs up to the ceiling and just flex the toes back towards your face just to get a stretch into the back of the legs. So we're going to go straight into scissors from this, just to stretch the legs a little bit. So hold on to one leg, wherever you can get hold of, but not behind the knee. So wherever you can go, lift the head and the shoulders off of the floor, draw the belly in and up, and then stretch the opposite leg away. Just go to wherever you can get to, okay? So everyone's flexibility is different. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing, just yourself. Pull that leg in towards you, and then swap super quickly in the middle. What I want you to focus on as you pull that leg in is to stretch the opposite leg away. Let's go for 8 quick changes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep breathing, 2, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do another set of 8. Why not? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in, lower the head down. Okay, we're going to do lower and lift. So we're going to take both legs up as straight as you can get them. If you really are struggling to get your legs straight, you can just be in this position with the bent knees. Better to be kind of a controlled position than a fighting to get your legs straight and shaky kind of position. So you pick where you want to be. Hands going to come behind the head. And you're either here, lower and lift, doesn't have to be a big movement, or you're here, bent knees, toes tapped down. Okay, so I want you to come up as high as you possibly can with your head and your shoulders lifted, elbows wide. Squeeze the legs together, whichever leg version you're taking, and then inhale to lower, about 10 inches maybe, and then back up to where you started. So we're going to do 8. Inhale, exhale, good. Inhale, exhale. 6 to go. So if you notice your lower back is coming off of the floor, if you go too low with your legs, just make the movement smaller, okay? Better to do a nice controlled movement than one where you're losing the control and compromising your lower back. I think we've got one more. My amazing Pilates teacher counting coming into effect. Okay, just hug the knees in. Let's go into a nice side stretch now. So take the arms out in line with your shoulders, palms facing up, feet either on the floor or legs in tabletop. Legs in tabletop a little bit more intense. So if you've got a strong lower back, take that option. If you've got any lower back niggles, I'd go with a feet on the floor option. So knees and toes and feet together. Let's inhale over to the front. Keep the knees glued on top of one of each other if you can. Try not to let one knee kind of slide back. So try and keep the pelvis level. And then exhale, come back through center. All the way over, inhaling to the back. So feeling the stretch in the side waist from the lower rib to the top of the hip. Exhale, push down on your arms. Keep both shoulders down. Inhale over again. If you want to make this more challenging, you can extend the top leg and then come back to center and then bend that leg back in. Okay, so taking it over, extending and bringing it back. That's going to put a lot more pressure onto your lower back. So if it's too much to extend the leg and it feels like it's really a hard struggle to get back up again, then just take the lower option for now. You get stronger over time, but you really need to push down your arms into the floor, guys. So that's going to help you. Keeping your shoulders stable as you twist. I'm sort of moving down the mat. I can feel myself slowly getting further down the mat. Let's do one more each side. Exhale back to center. Last one. Back to center. Good. Okay, hug those knees and then either roll up to seated or turn on your side and come to seated. Okay, so let's do some half roll backs because we haven't done those for a little while. Let's hit those abs today. So have your legs in a position which is comfortable for you. So your knees might be a little bit bent, your legs can be completely straight. What we're going to be doing is just rolling back halfway though. So I want you to just think about where your legs feel more comfortable and whether you need to hold on to the back of your thighs as you roll back. There'll be options to challenge yourself a little bit more by taking your hands away if you want that, but we're going to all start with our hands behind our knees just to really remind ourselves how to soften the muscles on the back of the body and let the spine round and relax. Okay, so sitting really tall like this is great, but we can't sit like this all the time and we can't keep these muscles that support the spine rigid all the time. They need movement in them. So sit really tall, inhale, and then as you exhale, start to tuck your pelvis, draw your low belly back towards the mat, and then just let your spine round, keeping the shoulders down. And now keeping that rounded shape, I want you to try and just tuck the chin slightly, and then just bring your head towards your knees, and then sit up tall. Okay, so we're really creating a bit of a wavy type movement in the spine. Let's go again. Exhale back. Keep that rounded shape. Inhale, come forwards. And straighten. Let's do 2 more like that. Feels good. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. And straighten. Last one. Exhale back. So lower back comes down first. Doesn't quite get to the floor, almost. You probably end up coming back a little bit further after each one as the spinal muscles relax. Now you have the option to take the hands away if you want it, or you can carry on holding. So we're going to come back and hold here. Now really just let those shoulders relax, give them a little shake. Now we're going to take the front arm up and bring it down. You'll notice as soon as you take the arm up, opposite side, you start to get a little bit of shaking going on in the abdominals. You can probably hear it in my voice. Keep the rounded shape as we did earlier, come forwards. And then straighten up. Now, when we're holding back there for a while, you're going to need to just breathe normally and naturally. So don't worry too much about the breath at that point. It's just the exhale to come back. So let's go again. Exhale, roll back. About halfway, maybe less. Soften the shoulders, bring them down. Let's take the back arm up first on this one. And bring it back. Other arm. Try and stay central with your weight on your hips. Roll forwards. And sit up. Amazing. Okay, another challenge for you. Let's roll back again. Exhale. So if you're still holding onto your thighs, just hold here. You're still going to build endurance. Doesn't matter if you're not moving your arms around, just keep that scoop in the low belly. For those of you that want the challenge with the arms, we're going to take the arms into a cross position. So hands towards opposite elbow. And then we're going to twist to the side, come up, back down, twist to the other side. So you're going to just lift up an inch and lower. Twist all the way over to the other side and lift and lower. As small as you like on this one. If it's really challenging and you're feeling it in your lower back for any reason, just come up a bit higher and just work from that point, okay? We're only going to do a couple more of these because they're intense. One more each side. Whew, getting hot now. And twist, lower, lift back to center, reach those arms out, roll forwards, sit up tall, and then just drop the knees out to the side if that's comfortable. I find this is a really nice canter stretch just to lean forwards and just let go with any tension in the back. Let the abdominals go. Take a big inhale and exhale, let it go. Okay, we're going to do spine twist now. So I'm going to start off with a smaller version. I'm going to sit with my legs crossed, but you can have your legs out or in whatever position you want your legs to be. If you feel that you're kind of leaning backwards like this, sit on a block or a cushion just under your sitting bones, just to lift your hips up, to give your hips a bit of freedom if you've got tight hips, okay? So bring the fingertips to your chin, to sternum. Just going to come to the side a bit so you can see a bit better. And then we're going to make a really small twist first of all, and then I'm going to extend it out a little bit. The first one, a little bit easier to know if you're doing it right. Keep your thumbs glued to your sternum, your fingers glued to your chin. Let's all exhale and twist the up only to the left. Keep exhaling until you can go no further. Try and keep the spine really straight. Inhale to come back. Whew. Tougher than it looks, right? And go again. Other way. Exhale all that air out. You're going to find a favorite side here. Inhale to come back. It's going to be one side that's always easier. Let's go again on the simpler version. Exhale, twist. And inhale back. Exhale, twist. So you're only twisting from the ribs and the waist. The hips are staying still and the legs are staying still. Okay, if you want to progress this a little bit more, you can bring your hands onto your shoulders. But remember, you don't have anything to keep your head in position now. So just try not to sort of look around and push the movement with your head and your eyes more than anything. So try and keep your head exactly where it is, nose in line with the middle of your chest. Let's go. Twist to the left. So your upper body's swaying and moving, but your head's only following slowly. Inhale back. So you might get a little bit further on this one. Let's go the other way. Exhale, twist. Just make sure your nose is still in line with the middle of your chest. Checking in. Inhale back. Good. Now, if you want even more, you can take the arms out. So stay with whatever version you want, but still always checking that the head stays in line with the rest of the body. And back. And only do this straight arm version if you're not lifting your shoulders up. This is not good. This is much better. Relax shoulders, praying. Okay, so go the other way. And back. Good, and then just give your shoulders a couple of rolls afterwards. Up, back and down. Perfect. Okay, so really good for that side waist and releasing tension around the ribs as well. Get quite tight there. Okay, it's time for rolling. Get some padding behind you. If you haven't already doubled over your mat, if you have a thin yoga mat, you might want to double that up now. Open leg rocker and rolling like a ball. Rolling like a ball is a bit of a staple for the class. So But if you don't want to roll, as always, you have the option. You can just hug those feet in close to your bottom and just lift them off the floor and balance. Okay, so that's your option if you don't want to roll. If you do want to roll, tuck your chin in, round your spine as much as you can. Keep your feet close. Inhale, exhale back up. So just make sure that you're exhaling all the way back up. One more. Oh, that's nice today. It's a nice little massage for your spine. And then if you want to do the open leg rocker, you can carry on rolling like a ball if you like that one. But try the open leg rocker and try the progressions to get there. So we're going to sit back on our sit bones and then just float one leg up. So you're holding behind your knees. See how straight you can get it. And the opposite leg comes up. Should we try both? Amazing. I better make sure I've got enough room behind me. I wasn't going to roll into the sofa. So you can hold and balance, just like rolling like a ball. You stay here. Put your favourite TV show on Netflix. Have a little watch while you're hanging out here. This is going to build strength. Or you can roll. Inhale. Exhale. Hold and balance. Inhale. So you hold on wherever you can. If your legs aren't straight, you can still roll. No excuses. 2 more. Last one. Good. And then if you need to, just take a little stretch forwards. Okay, so let's try do our roll downs and roll up. So we did half roll downs. If you struggle with the full roll down and the roll up, just do the half roll down. You know, you've got tools now. You can do whatever is challenging enough for you. And if there's a move that you haven't quite mastered yet, don't worry, it'll come. Okay, so sit super tall. Get ready. Squeeze the legs together as much as you can. That's going to really help keep everything really strong in your center. So we're going to roll back super slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Squeeze the feet together. And 1. So if you're not squeezing your feet and your knees and your bottom all into the center line, it's going to be a lot harder, okay? Let's try and come back up. This is always the more challenging. Reach back, take a big inhale. Exhale towards the ceiling, look down towards your toes, and slowly come all the way back up. Sometimes it helps to flex the toes. But you do whatever feels good, and then have a little stretch if you want it when you're there. Sit up tall again. So we're going to count to 8 all the way down and all the way back up again. Little 2-second rest at the bottom. Let's go for it. Lift belly in and up, straight as you can with the spine. Lift the crown of the head to the ceiling, and let's go for it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back for a couple of seconds, and we're straight back up into it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Let's do one more time because you all look so good doing this. Okay, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stretch back there. One last time, I'm going to stay up. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a little bit wider than your mat if you're on a mat, or a little bit wider than your shoulders if you're not. Let's go for our saw. So a little bit of spine twist and reach. Yeah, that's all we're doing. Glue your hips to the floor right now. Stick them down and don't let them lift. Okay, let's go for it. Exhale, twist to reach back with our head comes towards your knee. Opposite hip stays super glued. Back up, twist, reach and down. Up, back, twist and down. And excellent. Keep reaching towards the outside of your foot. The foot on the opposite side of the body, that is. And then back up, twist, reach. Really stretch those arms long. Remember we did that stretch at the beginning with the fingers? Same thing here. Twist, reach, back. Let's do one more each side. Twist, reach. Excellent. Head towards the knee. Get it as close as you can. And back. Amazing. Well done. Give those shoulders a little roll. That's a tough one. So give yourself a pat on the back if you did that and got all the way through. Okay, let's come to our side. How are we doing for time? Oh, it's nearly 1 o'clock already. Okay, so down onto your side. Let's do a quick side series and then we'll do a bit of back work and then we are done. Coming all undressed here. Right, okay, so line yourself up the back of the body, back of the mat, back of the body with the mat. Feet come forwards. Getting my words all mixed up now. Belly lifted in and up. Relax these fingers in front. They're just there for support, not anything more. Okay, so stretch that top leg. Squeeze both sides of your bottom. Just gently lift belly in and up at 30%. And then kick forwards. Push down on the, put this on the floor. And try not to move your upper body too much. A little bit of movement is fine. But we want that control that we've already created in the core. So we've woken up these core muscles a lot. So you should be feeling really strong right now. Strong does not equate massive movements with the leg. So if you're making a really small movement with your leg forward and back, don't worry. As long as it's super controlled, that's all we're looking for. 4 more. Yeah, and then look at the bottom of my feet. Hopefully they're clean. They should be. 2. And 1. Oh no, I think the window cleaner's just turned up. Okay, stretch the leg down. He's probably going to ring the bell in a minute. That'll be embarrassing. Okay, stretch the leg down towards the floor, and then we're going to lift up and down, up and down. But I want you to really focus on stretching that leg so long that you're going to leave the room today taller. Stretch the leg as long as you can. Don't just let it hang there. Keep that sideways lifted, top and bottom. Relax your arm down, or you can take this arm up for a bit more of a challenge. I know some of you love a challenge. I'm seeing a few hands go up in the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to leave that leg as high as you can, but without disturbing this part of the body. So try not to crush your waist. And then we're going to circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go the other way for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave that leg up there. If you can get it even higher, we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. It's probably burning a little bit, so you might want to give it a little tap. And then we're going to turn over and do the other side. So bring the feet in. Scoop them out again, other way. Hopefully you can still see whatever you're watching this class on. You probably know what we're doing anyway. If you've done this class a few times, you can probably just listen and not have to see. Okay, so really squeeze the bottom just to keep the hips really level. Otherwise, you can keep your hand on your hip if that helps. Flex the feet, lift up the top leg just to hip height and swing forward and back. Keep that foot down and glued onto the mat. That's going to help keep you stable and keep that leg active. Don't let it take a holiday just yet. It's not earned it. Kick forwards and back. Forwards and back. Good. Keep it going. Let's do 3. Remember, you can take that arm up if you want to. Bring the leg back in line with the body, reach it long as you can, and then float it up. If you're stretching it long, it floats up a little bit more easily. If it's just relaxed and hanging there, it's usually a bit heavier to lift. So in a way, it's kind of helpful. Exhale to lift up. Remember that exhale is usually the contraction of the muscles. So we're contracting the outer hip muscles to lift the leg, to make them stronger, and to help us when we're doing other things like walking or running or dancing. And just to keep our pelvis really level as well, these muscles are really important to stabilize, stop us getting low back issues. I think we've probably done enough now. Let's do the last one, hold it up there and circle forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other way. Oh, it's burning on this side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're holding up there. Ooh, through gritted teeth, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Give it a little tap if it needs it. Come onto your front now. So we're going to do a little bit of a swimming mashup today. And then we're going to do some 4-point kneeling, just to really focus in on the slings of the body, the back of the body. So a little bit of swimming first. We're just going to do swimming legs. So we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders. Lift your head just gently off of the mat, but you're still looking down at the mat. And I want you to just really squeeze your elbows into your side ribs and draw your shoulders down away from you. Now this is automatically going to make you come into a little bit of a lift in the upper back. Not too much though. Stretch the legs really long behind you, roughly hip distance. We're going to do the fastest swim we've ever done. Stretch the legs super long and kick them as fast as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set. Legs super straight, no bending at the knees. Moving as one unit, lifting from your glutes to your bottom. Keep it going. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the legs down. Shoot the arms out to the side in line with your shoulders. Okay, so we're going to turn the thumbs up. And the legs are going to stay down for the moment, so you'll be pleased to hear that. We're going to just lift up the upper body and squeeze the arms up as high as you can, and then lower down. But I want you to keep your eye line looking at the mat. So you're lifting your arms up, and that's going to squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you, and then you lower down. If you want to make this more challenging, we're going to lift up and down, but don't quite touch the floor. Back up again. 10 more. You can touch the floor in between or not. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to dive forward with the arms, palms facing in. Exhale, palms face away, and lift the upper body up as you push. So you bring the arms forward, palms face in, lower down, and then reach the arms back. Upper body is lifted. Slide the back of the hands along the floor. Push the palms away. So we're really going swimming mad now today. And let's go again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, nearly there, 2, and 1. Leave the arms back there if you can. Reach those arms so far down as if you're trying to touch your knees with your fingers. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Lift up a tiny bit higher with the upper back, but keep the eye line down, you're looking straight down at your mat. Now we're going to kick those legs again. 10, 9, super fast. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come under your shoulders. Let's push ourselves back into a little rest position. So spread the knees wide, feet together, and just let the head and chest fall wherever it does on the mat. So we're going to bring our right hand back towards our knee and reach the left arm forward even more if you can, just to get more of a side stretch. Breathing normally, relaxing the body. And let's swap the hand positions. Right arm comes forward, left hand comes back towards left knee and looks to your left. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to come back up. So roll yourself back up. You're still kneeling. And then you're going to come into all fours position. So first off, we're going to do a little plank. So bring your hands towards the end of the mat. Perfect plank. Super easy. Spread the fingers wide. Turn your elbows back towards your hips. Extend your right leg without changing anything else in your body. And then just extend your left leg. And you should be in a perfect plank. If it's too much to hold, just come back down slowly. And down again. Let's go back into the plank. Left leg first, right leg second. Left leg down, right leg down. Or you can just hold. I'm going to carry on doing this version just for a few more. Or you can hold, left, right, left, right. One more. Right, left, right, and left. Well done. If you're in your plank, just come down to the knees now. You can just rotate the wrist a little bit if you feel any kind of tension creeping into the wrist. If you use a really spongy mat, you're going to notice it more in your wrist because it causes a bit of instability. Okay, so back to all fours. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Let's have a little stretch. Exhale around the spine, drop the head. Inhale. One more each way. Exhale, scoop the belly in and up. Inhale, other way. Oh, it feels so good. And then come back to somewhere in between those two positions for our little last exercise. So we're going to stretch our right leg out and our left arm along the floor. So notice my hips haven't moved, my shoulders haven't moved yet. Hopefully they're not going to, because we're going to float up and tap down 10 times. Up and down. Leg and arm no higher than the line of the body. Good. If it's too much to do both, just do the legs or just do the arms. 6 more. So really focus on not moving anything else. Keeping the hips really level. Slight bend in the elbow, the right one that's on the floor. Good. Let's do 2 more. Keep breathing. Getting tiring now, isn't it? And then swap over. So the stabilizing leg and arm have to work really hard on that one. Let's go again. Right arm, left leg. 10. 9. Starts off really strong. And then gets a bit more challenging. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Well done. Just come back down to the knees, sit back, have a little rest. Now just a couple more stretches. So we're going to thread the needle through. One arm comes under. And then we're just going to rest, hopefully, our head and our shoulder down on the floor. If it doesn't quite get there, don't worry too much. Maybe get a pillow. Then you don't have to come quite so far down to the floor. Changing sides. Coming away from you now. Sorry, guys. Reaching right arm underneath left. Turning to the left. And then just slowly coming back to center, walking the hands up, roll the shoulders a couple of times. We're finishing a bit early today. I do have to finish a little bit early because I've got another meeting, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the class. If you need a couple more stretches, just do that. But otherwise, hope to see you all next week. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments in the chat on Zoom or on Facebook Live, if you're on Facebook Live. Nice to many people. Keep active, keep stretching, keep mobile. Thank you for all your comments. It's so lovely. Shrina, sorry, is the link the same each week? I believe it is. I click on the same link each week on my system, but I don't know if you guys have the same system as me. But yeah, I think it is. Yes, thanks.